Good afternoon, Wyatt. How's it going? Is now a good time?
Hey Rachel, I'm good, thanks. What's up?
So first, there's something I want to talk to you about. Then, I have a favor to ask you.
I don't mind, but my break's gonna be over soon, and I don't want the boss to give me a hard time, so make it quick, okay? It's been a real pain in my backside this past week.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, honey. Okay, short and sweet it is. So, my friend invited me on holiday to Guam.
Guam?
We'll be gone for a week from Sunday the week after next. I was wondering if I could ask you to do something for me while I'm gone. There's no way I can leave our little boy home alone for a week. He's only 7.
Oh, right. I see. Well, I do just so happen to be working remotely that entire week, so it won't exactly be a problem. Still though, isn't this all a bit sudden? It would have really helped if you gave me a little more notice.
I know, I'm sorry, hun. My friend was actually supposed to be going with her sister, but she pulled out on short notice due to some urgent business and left her with a spare hotel reservation. She asked me if I'd step in to save the day.
Oh, I see. You know what? I actually think it's good to go away for a break every now and then. It should do you good. Sure thing. Leave everything at home to me. Spread your wings and fly.
Oh, I'm so relieved to hear you say that, babe. Thanks a bunch. All right, I'm gonna head down to the mall to buy some holiday essentials. Good luck with the work. I hope the boss eases off on you. Thanks again, Wyatt. You're a star.
Don't mention it. Catch you later, babe.
Hey there, Wyatt. Long time no see. You busy?
Huh? Indigo? No kidding. It's been ages. What's my adventurous globe-trotting sister doing messaging me out of the blue like this? How's life abroad treating ya? You used to it over there yet? Must've been a lot to take in at first.
For sure. It took some time to adjust. I guess I am getting used to it now, though, little by little. Putting that aside for the moment, there's something important I need to discuss with you.
Something important? What is it?
Listen, I'm in Guam this week for my friend's wedding.
Wow, really? You'll never believe it, but my wife Rachel is there now too. What a coincidence. She got a surprise invite from her friend and they flew off yesterday. So they're probably off adventuring the jungle or something as we speak.
Uh-oh. I was hoping you wouldn't say that. So it was Rachel after all.
No way. Did you see her? Is the world really that small?
Yes. I saw her, but in the worst way possible.
The worst way possible? Wait, is she okay?
You just said she went with her friend, right?
Yeah, why?
That friend is a guy.
Huh?
Look, Wyatt, this isn't going to be pleasant, and there's no nice way for me to say this, but is there a chance your wife might be having an affair and went on holiday with her lover?
Rachel, cheating on me. Is that what you're saying? No way, this can't be.
They seemed, how to put this, extremely familiar with one another. I don't just mean as friends. Watching them together was like watching a pair of loved-up teenagers. Anyone would think they were boyfriend and girlfriend. I wouldn't be messaging you like this if I wasn't certain, and I'm so sorry to have to be the one to tell you this, but I'm dead sure that's what's going on.
Wow, I see.
I panicked and I didn't know what to do, so I just took out my phone and started taking pictures while they weren't looking. You can see their faces pretty clearly. I'll send them to you soon.
I'm sorry to trouble you like this, sis.
Don't be silly. You're the last person who should be apologizing. I need Wi-Fi access to contact you here, so I can't reach you 24/7, but rest assured, if I find out anything else, I'll message you ASAP. Try not to worry, okay?
Okay, got it. Thanks for this. I'm really lucky to have a sister like you.
Wyatt, is now a good time?
Hey, Indigo, sure. Go on, let me hear it.
So, Rachel's Reprehensible Rendezvous Part 2 just came out.
Go on. What did you find out?
Turns out, Rachel and the guy she's staying with are staying in the same hotel as me.
Seriously?
Yes, and that's not all. My friend, the one whose wedding I came to in Guam for, just so happens to be staying on the same floor as them. I asked her a few carefully worded questions in a roundabout way, hoping to shed some light on the whole thing. It's just as I suspected. Apparently, they're staying together in the same room, and the way she described the noises coming through those walls, it could only be one thing.
I see.
Wyatt, are you okay?
Huh?
There was no way I could just find all this out and do nothing. But at the same time, this must be an enormous shock for you.
Yeah, in a sense. Don't get me wrong. At first I thought I was going to lose it for a moment. The blood rushed to my head. I saw red and I almost booked a flight to Guam myself. This morning I remembered something.
You remembered something. What?
I calmed down after doing a little digging and confirming my suspicions about the thing I remembered, so I'm feeling pretty level-headed now. Suddenly, everything makes sense. If anything, I'm thinking coolly and calmly about how I'm going to deal with my deceitful traitor of a wife when she flies back to the States.
I see. I'm flying back home today, so I won't be able to keep an eye on her like I have been doing anymore. I hope that's not a problem.
Sure, of course not. You've done more than enough, sis. I feel nothing but gratitude for what you've done for me. When I started digging myself, I was able to come up with heaps of evidence of the affair right from the comfort of the house here in Florida. To think people hire investigators for this kind of thing, I barely even had to try.
Huh? What do you mean? Like, what kind of evidence?
Her lover is none other than the husband of one of her friends and fellow moms from kindergarten.
Seriously?
His name's Paul. You might want to grab a sick bucket for this one. But apparently her pet name for him is Pollykins, and he calls her his Rachy Boo. It's hard to believe my own wife, a married woman with a little boy, will behave so deplorably. I can't even begin to imagine what drove her to this. She must have lost her mind. As for the proof, how long have you got? There's enough here to settle the divorce 100 times over.
Go on then. What did you find?
Before I tell you, you sure you got time? You don't have to rush to board the plane or anything, right?
I really should start moving now, actually, so you're gonna have to leave me hanging for a little while. Spill the beans when I land, okay? I'll message you as soon as I can.
Sure thing. Safe flight, Sits.
Hey, Maya, honey, I'm back. I just arrived at the station. Guam was simply amazing. What a beautiful country.
Welcome home. By the way, Rachel, there is a little something I need to ask you about.
What is it?
Who was the friend you went to Guam with? I can't remember if you told me or not.
Huh? Oh, it was just an old classmate from back in high school. We used to be best friends.
Man? Woman?
Obviously she's a woman. What do you take me for? Jeez, Wyatt, what are you like? Why do you ask? Wait, you don't suspect me of something, do you?
You tell me. Hypothetically, if I did suspect you of something, what do you think it might be? You know, if you had to take a wild guess.
Having an affair? Or something? Judging from the way you asked me, I wonder if maybe you suspect me of cheating on you?
Forget suspicion. Try definitive proof.
Huh? Definitive proof? What are you talking about? Oh my god, what?
This guy's one of your friend's husband, right? I've met him a few times myself, so I know his face.
Wait, how the hell do you have this photo? This should be impossible, what the... What did you do? Did you go sniffing around behind my back?
Oopsie, looks like you're forgetting something.
What? Forgetting what?
It must have been 3 years ago now. Remember that time your phone was running out of space and you asked me to back up all the photos on it? Well, I used my immeasurable technical genius to upload everything to the cloud with my second computer. Naturally, being the one who uploaded them, I still have admin rights to all the folders.
You still have the photos from way back then?
To be honest, I totally forgot about them myself, but when I received word of what was transpiring in Guam, I remembered the photos and wondered if I might be able to find something conclusive if I fetched my old dusty computer from the attic and checked out what was actually in those albums. Lo and behold, I hit the jackpot. Well, that might be a strange way of describing a collection of thousands of pictures, your wife performing lewd acts with another man, but sure enough, I had all the proof I could have wished for. And such variety. The stuff in the pics ranged from the mild to the extreme to the downright bizarre. I didn't even know some of those positions were possible. I was grateful in a sense. It was really nice of you to save me the trouble of investigating myself or hiring someone by providing me with mountains of evidence like that.
Wait a second, no! This is all a big misunderstanding!
Huh? In what way? How could the contents of these photos possibly be misunderstood?
You got this all wrong. Those photos aren't what you think.
Oh yeah? How's that?
I did this for you, baby. Listen, there's a perfectly logical explanation for all this. Just hear me out. So there was this guy who kept coming on to me at work, right? Now, I know how busy you are, and I didn't want to cause you any unnecessary worry. But I thought if he realized I was married, he'd back off. So I asked Paul if he'd take a few pictures with me pretending to be my husband. Then I sent them to the guys so he'd get the message and leave me alone. That's why we took all those photos. No, you silly Billy. You didn't think they were real, did you? I can see why you might think we went a little too far in some of them, but I figured if we didn't look genuine, the creep at work wouldn't believe me. I get this might be hard for you to believe. And I know it's a lot to take in, but don't you think instantly assuming I'm cheating on you like this is a little horrible?
Interesting. How do you explain this then?
What? How?
You've always had a habit of taking screenshots of your favorite messages, right? Turns out you were doing it with Loverboy's messages too, voluntarily leaving behind evidence of your misdeeds like this really saved me a ton of hassle.
Wait, no. You got it all wrong again. We did this on purpose so I can screenshot it and send it to that creepy guy who kept coming on to me at work. It was all an act.
Have you even read this stuff in the screenshot?
Huh? What do you mean?
Your creepy colleague story doesn't really hold up against Paul asking you things like, "Does your husband know about us?" Does it? He's too much of a moron to figure it out. No matter how many times I read it, the message is loud and clear. We're having an affair, and we're proud of it.
No, but I want you to know it wasn't Paul who I went on holiday to Guam with. It really was one of my girlfriends, I promise. What? Seriously?
I can't wait to see your swimsuit. Stop it, you spicy love devil. Is this how you talk with your female friends? Oh yeah, that's funny. You also seem to be calling them Paulykins too. Is your girlfriend's name Paul?
No, well, it was all an act. How many times do I have to tell you? That was just Paul pulling on an act to try and help me get rid of that creepy guy at work.
I see.
Being accused of cheating over something as innocent as this is the last thing I expected. I'm honestly heartbroken you think that about me, Wyatt.
So, just to be clear about this, are you saying the contents of these messages doesn't constitute cheating?
Obviously they don't.
Okay, how about this one? Is this cheating? This one's from Guam, right?
What? How?
The date, time, and place are all included in the file data, so there's no way you're worming your way out of this one.
Wait, hang on a sec. Did we even take any photos like that? I'm sure we didn't. Who took this? What the hell? Were we being followed or something? This is so creepy! This makes no sense! How did you...
I forgot to tell you, but this isn't one of the photos I got from your phone. It came from a third party, shall we say.
Huh? Who?
You're never going to believe this, because it really is the mother of all coincidences. But my sister happened to be in Guam at the exact same time and place as you and your lover boy.
Indigo! She was there too?
The photo I sent just now is one of the ones she took. In fact, it was thanks to her that I even had any idea this was going on in the first place.
No. Hold on just 1 second. Shouldn't your sister be in Australia right now? I thought she moved down under for work.
She was in Guam to go to her friend's wedding when she saw you. Don't you think she did a good job? Your faces couldn't be more visible. This is about as good as anything a pro photographer could come up with in my book.
Oh my god, this can't be real. That photo should not exist.
What's wrong? Are you sad because you ran out of excuses?
I didn't make any excuses. Wyatt, please.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot to tell you. I told Polykin's wife everything.
You didn't! Tell me you're lying, please. He'll be furious with me.
Did you really think anyone was getting out of this without facing the consequences? You reap what you sow, and that goes for you both. No matter how love drunk you might be, surely you're not naive enough to think I was going to let his poor wife continue being deceived by a lying, cheating scumbag like him. On that note, it just so happens that she's already done filing for divorce and it's going through court as we speak. She moves fast, huh? Apparently, she ordered the entire contents of Polykin's savings account as compensation for his unfaithfulness. Oh yeah, and on the subject of compensation, it's also looking like you're going to owe me a hefty sum real soon.
Paul's wife filed for divorce already? Compensation? Lord, give me strength.
While you two were off smooching like loved-up teenagers and frolicking in the sand in Guam, me and her were making all sorts of preparations for the rest of our lives.
Oh my god. I never thought it would get out like this. Not now.
Regardless of however or whenever it got out, it was always going to come to this, and you'd have to be an idiot to think otherwise. Anyway, listen up, and listen good. You need to stay away from this house. Do not come home under any circumstances. I had all your belongings sent to your parents' house, so you have nothing to come back for anyway.
The hell? You did what? No, you didn't. Did you tell my parents about this?
Obviously I did.
No! How could you? You had no right! Don't you know how strict my mom and dad are about this kind of thing? They're fundamentalist Christians for crying out loud. They'll frickin' disown me because of you!
Oh, so you're saying you did what you did knowing full well how disgusted your parents would be with you when they found out. You really are beyond saving. Pathetic.
Stop it! What a horrible thing to say.
I don't think it's horrible at all. In fact, I think it's the perfect way to describe you. Anyway, there's no point in continuing this conversation, and to be honest, I feel sick just thinking about you, so any and all correspondence between us will be had through our lawyers from now on.
No, wait! No!
Goodbye. After I blocked her, my soon-to-be ex-wife had no choice but to move back in with her parents, where, just as predicted, she was met with nothing but unbridled rage, disgust, and contempt. In a torrent of righteous fury, her dad ordered her to sign the divorce papers and pay my compensation immediately, even if it meant going into debt, and swore in the Bible he'd force her to repent for what she'd done. A week later, the amount written on the compensation claim I sent her was paid into my bank account in full, and the divorce papers, complete with my wife's signatures, were sent off. Apparently, when she told her parents she'd done all of the above, they disowned her and booted her out of the house without a moment's hesitation. Last I heard, she's currently juggling several jobs in a desperate attempt to pay off her debts, while living in a run-down old apartment on the outskirts of town. Naturally, I won custody of our son. He sure is a bright one. It turns out he actually knew his mom had been doing things she shouldn't have been. Isn't it funny how kids pick up on these things? When his grandpa asked him who he wanted to live with, he took a firm stance, folded his arms, and declared boldly and resolutely, "I want to live with my daddy." When I heard about what he said, with a tear in my eye, I resolved to love, to cherish, and to give him the most amazing upbringing a little boy could ever have. Here's to our future.